present for the Zoom meeting. Okay. First order of business is the accept the minutes of the meeting from April. I'll make the motion. Okay. Sarah, are you coming on now? All right, let's go back. I made a motion that we accept the planning board meeting from April.
I'll second, Dave.
Okay. Okay, Deb, second.
Deb.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The minutes are accepted. Any communications, Andy? Anybody write to us or anything?
No, sir.
Okay. Is there anybody on this meeting, Zoom meeting, that wants to address the board for any other items other than agenda items? No? Okay. All right, we can move right on to 239M referrals. Mr. Scordo is here first for the Town of Watertown, what is it? UPS meeting there. Okay. Sarah, you doing that one?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry, I was on mute earlier. Okay, so this first project we have is going to be in the Town of Watertown. Can you see that location map?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, sorry. We're up here in the industrial park at 21043 County Route 200, which is also known as Little Tree Road. The applicant is FedEx. This is like their freight terminal. They're proposing an addition of a 30 by 50 foot dock, loading dock. It's to the rear of their existing building. The property is zoned neighborhood commercial, which requires site plan review for a new dock, loading dock. The site, here you can see the site. This is a Little Tree building. This is Little Tree Drive. The fire station's right here. And this is, of course, Coffeen Street, Route 12F. And you got Interstate 81 over here. The site is surrounded by industrial uses and the river to the north. This is a zoomed in image of the site. You enter the site here. That's the staff parking. This is where you come in. This is all like tractor trailer loading and unloading. And if you drive around the building, you can drive all the way around it. But where they propose to put the additional loading dock is in the rear here, like right about here. Here's a photo from the other day. Again, the proposed dock loading dock will be in the rear. And you can see where they probably need it. So it'll come out here. It'll be like perpendicular to the building. It comes out and then they line up sideways. As you can see, this is a picture of it somewhere else, what it looks like. And again, that's kind of what it will look like in the future. This is the site plan. Again, you drive in. This pink is the proposed loading dock. You can see that there's room for 5 trucks to unload on each side. So there's going to be a total of 10 doors. And this perimeter ring road will be bumped out a little bit right here so that vehicular traffic can still maneuver around here. The purpose of the loading dock is just to accommodate additional loading and unloading capabilities for FedEx. For comments, we have, well, I'm out of order here, sorry. We have a building permit from Jefferson County Code Office may be required for the loading dock. And that's it. Anybody have any questions?
Any other comments, Mr. Scordo?
No, that's it. I thought Sarah did a great job. That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Anybody else? All right. Staff has made recommendation that this is a project of local concern with our comments to be referred to the applicant. I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Charlene? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nope. Okay. This will go back to the town planning board there, Pat, for whatever else they have to do with it.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Okay, good. Okay, is there anybody else that needs to jump on now? Andy?
I don't think so. I would like to remind the members that we're recording the meeting, and for those of you who are on the phone and your computer, you need to mute the computer so we don't get this echo. Okay? In fact, you might as well mute both until you want to speak. And then that way this feedback won't occur. Okay, thank you for doing that. I think Sarah's ready with the first project now.
Okay, now we're going up
Okay,
north
so-
to Alex Bay.
Wait a minute, Sarah. We're going in order, and I believe we can do all of them with one vote at the end there. Is that correct, Sarah?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, go ahead.
Thanks
Go to
for
it.
pointing that out. Okay, up in the village of Alex Bay, we are going to be at 39 Church Street, which is that main drag going right into the bay from Route 12. So we come in, Route 12 is way at the bottom of the screen. You come into Church Street, and a couple blocks before it ends, the project site is located on the right. It's highlighted in yellow or outlined in yellow. It's 39 Church Street. This is going to be a site plan review to establish a new, like a grab-and-go style restaurant. It's called a juice bar. And it's going to be located within an existing building, as I just mentioned, which is 39 Church Street. The building used to be Thousand Islands Appraisals. It still has a sign out in front of it that says Thousand Islands Appraisals. It's just recently painted green. Next door to it is this the River Landing Gift Shop, and across the street is that what is it? Dark Island Trading Company / Distillery and Cavallero Steakhouse. That's just a zoomed in picture. You can see there's an existing deck. All their modifications that they're doing are going to be in the inside. It's just like they're knocking out a wall and adding a counter. And so you walk in there, you pick up your order to go, and then you come out. There probably will be a little bit of seating on the deck. But other than that, I think they're mostly concentrating on to-go food. It is zoned business, which permits the restaurant with site plan review. And this is an aerial photo with the sort of like the site plan / floor plan overlaid on it. It's really hard to read, but it just shows the existing building and like a little countertop and a door. But that's about it because it's such a simple project. For comments, we had a building permit may be required for the interior improvements. Approval from New York State Department of Health is required for the restaurant.
The next one shows it more clearly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, that's zoomed in where you can see the just existing porch and the existing building. They're just shifting around a countertop type thing. Sorry about that. I think that's it. Okay. And approval from DOH is required for the new restaurant. The local board should ensure a waterfront assessment form is completed so it can evaluate the project's consistency with the goals and policies of their LWRP. And any proposed signage, if that is applicable, should comply with the village zoning law. Any questions on that one?
Guess not. Go ahead. Move on to the next one.
I think I'm next. Maybe. Town of Clayton? Yeah, Town of Clayton, that's me. Okay.
Town of Clayton. Okay, that's page number 4. Go ahead.
This one is a special use permit for the construction of a new building on, I think we have an address. Yeah, 36811 New York State Route 12. This is just south of Seaway golf course and a road called Dannenwald Road. This is Dannenwald Road. The Seaway Golf Course is up here at the top of my screen, and Route 12, of course, is going up and down. The project site is located in this large parcel, which has recently been subdivided, but our maps don't show that. It consists of, well, it's surrounded by some vacant land and rural residential, and this is like a boat storage and other type use. These are all single-family homes along Dannenwald Road. The project also, in addition to the new building, it's going to do like a lot line adjustment. So this property line is going to pop out here a little bit, and this property line here is going to pop to the north a little bit. So there's some shifting of land in addition to what you see there. This is a photo from the other day. Can't move my cursor, sorry. On the right-hand side, you can see like some storage. That's the existing parcel just to the north. This is the brand new driveway that was just put in, and the building is going to be way towards the rear. This shows the driveway is way over here on the left and goes back in here where the site's going to be. This is the site plan. Route 12 is now on the bottom of the page. There's the driveway coming in. This is the gravel area where he's going to park a lot of his stuff. His business is called Door Marine and Excavation Company, and they do a lot of things related to the water, and they also construct docks. The town is considering this a small commercial enterprise, which requires special use permit in the AR zone. This proposed building is 100 feet by 60 feet right here for like where maybe constructing the docks and doing other stuff. And then the 50 by, I think it was 14 feet, 16 feet is the office in the front. This part right here shows that's actually vehicles diagonally parked. And this darker green part going around here is an earth berm with like some landscaping. He'd like to screen his construction trucks from possible view and the cars. This is a row of trees. And right here in the middle of this gravel parking area, this is existing trees that he's maintaining. And let's see, as far as comments go, we have a highway work permit from DOT is required for access onto Route 12. Stormwater pollution prevention plan is required since total disturbance is equal to or greater than 1 acre. The local board should require the existing vegetation remains to serve as a natural buffer between the project and the residents on Dannenwald Road. That would be like up here. The local board should require all materials used in manufacturing, fabricating, and servicing operations be stored within a building or within a completely enclosed area, so fenced and screened that no portion of said materials shall be visible from off the premises. And any manufacturing shall be conducted within the building as per the zoning law. Any questions on that one?
Anybody? Okay. Moving on.
I think we go to Andy now. No, we go to me, I guess. Sorry.
Well, Sarah, this is where we differ because each of us have a separate PowerPoint.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have ones in Cape Vincent, Chameau. Do we want to switch back and forth or just have Sarah do hers and then I'll do mine?
Sarah's already set up and everything. Let's do hers and then we'll take yours afterwards, Andy.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Andy.
No problem.
Okay, so now we are in the town of Hounsfield. This is actually over here. It's located at, do I have an address? I guess I don't have a 911 address yet. We're at the corner, the southwest corner of Old State Rome Road and State Route 3. And Old State Rome Road now is a county highway. It's called County Highway 61, County Route 61. So this would be the county Route 61 Old Rome State Road. This is Route 3. And across the street here, you have Jefferson Bulk Cheese Store. And there's a single family home right here on the corner, but the parcel is outlined in yellow. It has frontage on both Route 3 and Old Rome State Road. And the town is considering this a large retail. The zone is multi-use zone. So they require site plan review for it. It's approximately a 10.6 acre site. And with consultation with the town planning board and New York State DOT, the applicant was advised that access should be off of Old Rome State Road. So the applicant, well, this is a view from Route 3 looking south. Route 3 is right here. You're kind of looking southeast, and that line of telephone poles there, that's Old Rome State Road. And this is also from Route 3, and I'm, again, looking towards the south, a little bit southwest. This is over on Old State Rome Road, which is County Route 61, and now I'm looking back towards Route 3. You can see the power lines. Up there is Route 3. And this is the site plan. You got Route 3 on this side, and Old Rome State Road, which is County Route 61 on the bottom. They have proposed their access, their driveway onto Route 61, which is good for DOT and good for the town planning board, exactly what they wanted. So this is a gravel driveway, comes up, and then there's going to be 2 proposed self-storage, mini storage type buildings. The first building will be 30 feet by 190 feet for 5,700 square feet. And the second one is 30 feet by 210 feet, which is 3,600 square feet. So you're going to have a total of 9,300 square feet of self-storage. It's surrounded by gravel, and these access lanes are at least 22 feet wide, including in between the buildings. It says that there's going to be wall packs, which will be dark sky compliant. That's a good thing. That's pretty much it on the site plan. For comments, we had a highway work permit is required from Jefferson County Highway Department for the access onto Route 61. A building permit would be required from Jefferson County Code Department for the proposed buildings. A letter from New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation may be required as the environmental assessment form on the seeker documents. That indicated that the site may be located in or adjacent to in an area designated as sensitive for archaeological sites. And an agricultural data statement is required since the project is located within 500 feet of properties that are within a New York State Ag District. And for local comments, the arterial corridor overlay regulations for the town of Hounsfield require landscaping and buffering along the state highway. The local board should determine whether additional landscaping is needed for the project. At a minimum, the vegetative buffer between the project site and the single-family home located to the east should remain. That's right around here. Okay, any questions about that? Or anything else?
Sarah, my sheet says 3 self-storage buildings. Is that a misprint?
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. So originally they submitted for 3 and they had access on Arsenal Street, Route 3. Yep. And then they negotiated back with the town, and then the town sent over a revised submission about a week ago that showed this plan. So I didn't catch that. That's a mistake. Sorry about that.
So there's only 2 buildings, right?
Now there's only 2 buildings, and it's access on Old State Rome Road.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, good point on that.
Anybody else? Okay, moving right along.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You weren't going to do the moratorium? All right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. We'll switch now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're switching. Sorry.
Okay, so now we're going to the village of Cape Vincent to Mr. Todd Ewing. He's proposing to convert a former insurance office into a retail bait shop at the corner, or just down from the corner of Point Street and East Broadway. So right here. And so you got Broadway, which I forgot to label, and then Point Street. So we're just down from the corner. The person actually owns this house as well with that lot, and then this is where the business will be located. And so I zoomed in here. This is the village fire station. Then this is a former insurance office here. That's where the business is going. So this is a Google Street View image of that property, and just to illustrate how it looks, you know, it's right next to the fire station. Then I took this photo the other day. So this shows that house sort of back from Broadway, and this is the actual building where the retail will be, and this is the view directly from the street. So I don't really think there's a lot of change, but this is the site plan they submitted, and the village accepted it. So that's kind of where we are. He's showing a rain barrel here on the other property, and also the ice machine. So it may be kind of tight where the building is in relation to the property. But so our comments were that a Jefferson County building permit is required when they convert the uses like that, especially for commercial occupancy. Also, the sketch plan indicates improvements that appear to be on the adjacent property. And so we note that all activities related to the business should be located on the same parcel as the business. So that was our only comment. Any questions?
Okay. Moving right along.
Okay.
Shamo?
The next project is, yes, Shamo. And Jennifer Sosa is proposing a boxing training center as a home occupation. And it's on County Route 125, so just down from 12E right here. And so this is 12E, this is the gas station on the corner, so you take that left and you're right. So this is where their house is, and they want to use the garage as a boxing training center. It's in the residential zone, so it would be home occupation. And so I zoomed in here. This is how it looks today. Basically, it's still a house, still a garage. And you've got some homes nearby, and this road is not very wide. You know, it's kind of, again, just sort of a narrow road here. And then you've got the marina next door. And this is the Google Street View image from Google. So you can see that it's basically a house. And this is the image I took the other day. And so the boxing occurs in the garage, or the training, I should say. What happens is kids come, they usually get dropped off by their parents, and they typically train them one at a time. And then in between the 2-hour sessions, there's a 15-minute window when they get picked up, and another one might get dropped off. So it's very it's very much like a home occupation would be. And their definition calls for these things to be of a service character, and that's pretty much what that is. So as we read this, we realize there are no events planned or anticipated, which would obviously be a much different use if these were boxing matches and so on. But we did still think a comment was warranted. Sorry, I forgot to click this forward. So you can see there's room for a few cars, nothing more than that. But we did identify this comment that the local board should really stipulate training activities only as events are not allowed, because, you know, we feel like parking would be an issue, and having a lot of customers or people who want to see the boxing, they'd be parked everywhere. It'd be sort of a nightmare. So we feel like the training is appropriate, and that's a good thing, and nothing really more than that. Any questions?
No? Okay. Moving to Luray.
Okay. Yeah, so the town of Luray is proposing to modify their sign law, and they are addressing signs in residential districts. So with their proposing here a description of non-residential uses within a residential district. So this paragraph here is proposed, and I believe we sent this out to the members. So you've seen it at least. And what I think precipitated this was a business, or more than one business, in a residential zone along Route 3 near Duffy Road. So you're talking about the Partridge Berry, that property. And so we had some businesses that wanted to have some signs, and they weren't allowed. So this sort of allows it to some degree. And so in the case of multi-use or multi-tenant properties, they may have one freestanding sign per street frontage. So it addresses that situation. It also talks about changeable signs, and they added this clause, or this in their table: single business per property, what they can do with monument signs. And then this one with regarding permitted non-residential uses in residential districts. It used to have home occupations in parentheses, which has been removed as part of the proposal. And so they're addressing this to the degree that they, I guess, feel is appropriate. Our issues are that, you know, New York state law requires zoning amendments to be made in accordance with the comprehensive plan. Obviously, the plan is probably not this specific about it, but that's what we typically have a comment on. But we do note that residential districts may not be exactly clear. You know, if you look at the zoning map, you've got a residential district here by name. Then you have other districts that have residential in their name, and they have the uses. I wasn't sure if those applied to this or not. So that was our first comment, is they should really identify which districts are considered residential in order to apply these regulations. Similarly, changeable signs, you know, what is meant by that? I mean, that could be, you know, an LED digital sign or whatever. It's not defined in their law, so that's another thing we feel they should clarify. And then lastly, they note business. They use the word business here and then non-residential here. So is there a difference there, or should they both be defined, because they don't seem to be in the law? So again, just clarifying what they mean by these words so that they can apply them and administer them easily. So those were the comments we identified.
Andy, I'm looking at that thing, and for residential subdivisions and stuff like that, unlimited, is that a good word?
Well, that's not changing. That was in there already. I think they're talking about, see, when something doesn't change, we usually don't really comment.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure if they mean each unit could have, some kind of a sign, or I'm not sure what they mean by that. So
Yeah.
that would be another case of maybe it's not perfectly clear.
Yeah, just ask them to better define unlimited.
Okay. Now, we are helping them with their comprehensive plan right now. And at some point, hopefully, we finish that process. We're probably going to get into amendments to their zoning, again, as identified by the plan, and potentially whatever they feel is they want to address. So these are other things that we might be able to clarify then as well. So this isn't the only chance they have. Any other comments?
Okay.
All right.
Should
So,
be Watertown City.
yes. So the city of Watertown, let's see, Fan Mound, or he's applying based on behalf of Chipotle. So the existing Chipotle here, just off of Arsenal, is right here. They are proposing to add a mobile order pickup window and like a lane. I don't want to say drive-through because it's not exactly a drive-through, but they're adding that, and which is a site plan review process on their address is 1290 Arsenal, but I mean they're a little bit away from there. That's within the PDD district, I believe. So so as you zoom in, here's Chipotle, and then this is Five Guys. They share the building, and they're going to add this mobile pickup lane here with a window here, and we'll go over that. But this is Hilton Garden Inn, Buffalo Wild Wings, IHOP, AT&T, Starbucks, just off the screen, and then Sonic. So there's, a number of businesses out there. And this was a picture I took the other day. So you've got Chipotle, Five Guys. You can see the Hilton Garden Inn just above that. And this lane will be added here. So you'll lose these parking spaces and this island and tree and the one back here too. So you can see the other parking. So this parking will remain. And this is sort of a closer shot. So the mobile pickup lane will be through here. And this was a shot that the Google had. I thought it was pretty good. It showed quite a bit, so it's going to come right through this area here. And then the new pickup window will be here, and it'll actually come out from the building. So it's a small addition. And this is that side. So really, they're doing a little bit of that now with a burrito loading zone, what they call it. But this is more formal and efficient process. So you won't have to get out of your car. So this is a site plan. You can see now that this will become like a drive-through lane, but again, it's pickup only. You're not ordering from here. So they have an app on your phone, and you'll order on the app and pay for it on the app and just pick it up when you get there. And I assume they'll give you an arrival estimated time and so on like that. And so this is where they're going to do the addition, and they're adding this sidewalk or cement here, adding a barrier here, so it's a true lane only. So that's let's see, do we have something else? Oh yeah, so this is the internal drawing. It's a little hard to read, but you can see that the pickup area here is what's really going to change this. And they're adding a cooler and storage here, which probably was taking place here. So this will give them quite a bit more efficiency with people wanting to pick up only. So the only comment we had was, well, two of them, I guess, was that the local board should ensure the site's new layout maintains adequate and safe interior traffic circulation in order to limit potential impacts on adjacent and nearby businesses. And that, you know, we sort of thought maybe signage may be needed to clearly distinguish the use as a mobile pickup lane only, as opposed to a drive-through. You know, we just saw if people think it's a drive-through, they might want to come in here and try to order, and then that could block people from picking up and then start backing up. You know, I think there'll be some initial learning curve here, but then, you know, we don't really see too much conflict with how this is, you know, how they envision this. This is something they were working on years, at least I think 2019, the corporate idea had come about. So this was before COVID, and, you know, maybe this is even more viable now that we've had these things occurring in the world. So, you know, it's an interesting idea, and I think it could work. A lot of businesses now are adding apps, and they want you to use it, and so this is just them doing this on the ground. Any questions?
Okay. No. Okay, going on to the next Watertown city.
Okay, so the next one is Taco Bell, or the applicant is Lobdell Enterprise, LLC, but it's affecting the Taco Bell. So on Arsenal Street is where it is. You've got this existing Taco Bell, and what they're going to do is they're proposing a second drive-through lane and modified internal vehicular circulation. So you've got Walgreens and Arby's and Taco Bell, obviously, just to give you a lay of the land. And so zooming in, this is how it is now. And so you've got the end of the pavement is here, and this is the drive-through lane, which it can back up onto Arsenal at times. So this proposal will obviously address that. And this is a Google Street View image of it. You know, this is the drive-through lane now, and this is where you start to queue, you know, through here. And this was a shot I took the other day. So you're seeing this lane here, that's not really changing too much. But with this proposal, I think the current pavement is here, and so we're bumping all this further away from the road, and so we're adding queuing space, and with the second lane, we're really adding to the capacity of the drive-through in general. So you've got a menu board here and a menu board there. So you have 22, 23 cars in here before you even get out, you know, into the parking area. So this is quite an additional amount of drive-through traffic that it can handle. And they're adding parking here. Obviously, they're losing parking in here, but they have a net loss of 2 spaces, which they're actually only required to have 14 spaces, and with this, they'll have 46 still. They have 48 right now. So essentially, they're not really losing much of parking. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention the dumpster is going to be over here. Right now, it's over here in the corner, so that'll move that over here, which actually is probably better for the drive-through traffic as well. You're not trying to cross that. And they're showing a small cooler addition or a cooler addition here on the back. Other than that, the footprint of the building isn't changing. So our only comment was that the local board should ensure the site's new layout maintains safe and adequate interior traffic circulation. Any questions or comments?
Okay. All right, let's do the projects as they exist now, and then we'll do the town of Watertown last, and I have to abstain from that one.
Okay.
All right. I'll make the motion that these projects, as described on pages 1 through 9, 1 through 9. No, excuse me, 1 through 8 are of local concern only, and appropriate comments to be returned to the applicants.
So moved.
Okay. Is that Lisa?
Second.
Yep.
Yes, Lisa.
Okay, good. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right. Present the next one then, Andy, and someone can make the motions.
Yep. So Sarah will go now.
Oh, so I have one more, I guess, that I forgot earlier. Can you hear me?
We got you.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So this is in the town of Watertown. It's townwide. This is a moratorium. The moratorium is a moratorium on the installation or modification for use of towers or other structures for cell phone and personal wireless facilities. And the period of moratorium is for 1 year. So for moratoriums, we have a standard comment that says the local board should ensure the proposed moratorium meets New York State Department of State's criteria for land use moratoria prior to the adoption. And we list 1 through 5 being have a reasonable time frame as measured by the action to be accomplished during the term. 2, have a public purpose justifying the moratorium. 3, address the situation where the burden imposed by the moratorium is shared by the public at large. 4, strictly adhere to the procedure for adoption laid down by the enabling acts. And 5, have a certain time when the moratorium will expire. Those are our comments. Any questions on that? Okay. That needs a motion too, I believe.
That's going to be a town law, so we had to go to the public hearing on it. But okay, someone make a motion and someone second it, please.
I'll make a motion. It's local concern only.
Okay, John.
I'll do a second.
Okay, George. Good. All those good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Motion carried. Okay.
Dave, did you abstain on that one
Yes.
or no?
No, I had
You
to
did.
abstain. Yes.
Okay, I got that. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. What else? Oh, we got 3 money things, Andy. Go
Yes.
with them.
Yes. So the I'm just trying to pull it up here. The Village of Alexandria Bay is proposing to. Okay, here we go. It's proposing to upgrade its existing water treatment, storage, and distribution system. Not all the lines, just some of them, like the really old ones. But it does need a new water tower and so on and so forth. So the project will service village residents and some districts outside the village. So they don't have a budget yet. You know, with the engineering firms today, they often identify the need for the project and try to get as much as they can for funding, but it's a little premature yet to know about figures. But it's certainly needed, and they hope to get as much funding as they can. So that's kind of where I am with that one.
Well, we're
So
sort of, going with a blank check there. I'm not opposed to the projects, but we're sort of going with a blank check. But
yeah, there's whatever funding they've identified would certainly be premature anyway. But I didn't get anything dollar and cents wise.
well, go ahead.
Okay, so the second one is the town of Alexandria. They've now taken ownership of Bonnie Castle Recreation Center, which you can see here. And they intend to seek funds to improve it and kind of bring it back to life and actually add to it, make it more of as a multifunctional capacity for recreation and special events. The funding, the town has committed $3 million to it, and they're asking $1 million from the USDA Rural Development, but there are other pieces to the project which would need more funding. So the funding source for this one is the Northern Border Regional Commission, and but I think they'll be seeking other funds for this. They want to use it for hockey, figure skating, community skating, and other ice-related events during the winter. But they also would like to use it for entertainment and shows, indoor sporting events, trade shows. They'd like to also add soccer and baseball and softball fields to the site. And so they want to broaden the purpose and scope of the property as well. So that's kind of where they are with this. I'll just keep going.
Yep.
Okay. Then the last one is the wastewater facility improvements that the village of Alexandria Bay would like to do. They are trying to improve their wastewater treatment plant to make it better able to handle the annual summer peak flows and address hydraulic load during wet weather events. So you got that stormwater thing. I assume some of it is combined still. So the project need is 11.6 million. I'm not sure exactly what they're requesting. I mean, they want to get as much as they can, like I said, for the water. So it's a big project, but the need is there, and they'd like to be able to handle additional growth if it is proposed, and that's where I think maybe it's impeded a bit with what they have now. But the engineering firm knows the specifics on it, but they'd like to address the need there. So, any questions?
Okay. All right. It's always been our policy to have the county planning department send a letter of support for these projects as outlined here. I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by who's that?
White.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right. What else you got for us, Andy? Can we still look forward to Zoom meetings next month?
Well, I think right now the state renews this ability to allow us to do these. And so if that changes, we'll certainly go to live meetings. I think there's some desire to start doing live meetings anyway. I don't know how the board members feel, but I think this works fairly well, but I don't know if it's quite as good as in person. So
Well, it's easier to get a quorum for a Zoom meeting than it is for our live meetings, but
It sure is.
you
Yeah.
lose some of the personal contact. Okay. And no training or anything else, Andy? Nothing?
Not that I'm aware of. You know, they
Not
had the
from
local
summer,
government
okay.
conference in March, or maybe that was April, at the casino, but I'm not sure of any plan this fall. Actually, that's a good reminder for us to think about that.
Okay. All right. Lisa, you there?
I sure am.
Go to it.
Okay. Okay. I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Nobody's opposed. Okay. We'll see you next month, folks. Thank you for coming
Yes.
in. We're doing-
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye.